This series is not meant to be an accurate representation of the current NASCAR Cup Series. This is a fictional series, ran on NR2003 for enjoyment. I hope you enjoy today's race. Hello everybody, welcome to the next race on the schedule here in the NR2003 simulation season, Martinsville Speedway, our first short track of the year, the first short track for this new race car that we've got here. It's going to bring a bunch of challenges for teams and drivers alike to see who can best this car, to learn what this car can do throughout the race that's going to put them in victory lane. The guy that's got the first starting position, the best look here at the start of the race is Aric Almirola. He's got the best view starting this one off. Had some speed in practice, translated that speed to qualifying, and that puts him on the front row with Tyler Reddick, teammate right behind Almirola. It's time to get racing here in Martinsville. 39 of NASCAR's best. Ready to go racing here. We'll take you trackside for the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
And just like that, the engines are fired. Drivers are ready to go. We're going to get you ready to go with the starting lineup for today's event. As I said, Aric Almirola, Tyler Reddick on the front row. Those two guys, a lot of speed. Ricky Stenhouse was fastest in practice early in the day yesterday. Was able to translate some of that speed into qualifying. Let's see how he does in the race. Pace car peels off. Field in the hands of Aric Almirola. They roll down into the restart zone. Green flag in the air. We are racing at the paperclip. Aric Almirola with the early jump to the lead with Kevin Harvick pretty close behind. Cole Custer here had some ignition problems on pit road, so he is already pretty close to being a lap down as he came onto the track as the field was getting the green flag. Stuart Haas, some ignition issues been plaguing those cars a little bit. And unfortunately Custer, he's going to hold Almirola up just a little bit. Caution is out on the racetrack, and Custer, he's going to be lucky from that one. 44 of Greg Biffle. We're going to get you a replay of what happened here on lap number 3 of this Martinsville race. Here we have a couple guys racing in the back of the pack, the 44 and the 55, and the 55 has something go wrong with his race car. Looks like a little fire coming out of that race car. Greg Biffle did not make contact with the 55. But that is why the caution has come out. Back live here. Biggest winner out of all that is definitely Cole Custer. He was about to fall a lap down to our leader, Aric Almirola. Looking like the 55 is going to get back out on the racetrack. There was some flames coming from the front tires. I wonder if it was something to do with the brakes. Have to get an update on that as the race progresses. The field crawling around Martinsville. Aric Almirola, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, and Alex Bowman. Your top 5 will be right back with the green flag from Martinsville. Back live here at Martinsville, pace car peeling off the racetrack, putting the field in the hands of Aric Almirola once again. Cars roll around. 55, obviously a couple laps down here. Starting on the inside. Into the restart zone. Eric Almirola sees the green flag, and he's going to get the field going. And Almirola jumps back out to that lead, leaving the 55 behind. Tyler Reddick now riding behind the lap car of JJ Yaley. With that car having an issue, hopefully the car doesn't have an issue again in front of our leaders here. Kurt Busch makes a big dive move on Alex Bowman. Bowman able to fight back hard on the outside. Denny Hamlin, another driver that has quite a few wins here at Martinsville. Very good around this racetrack. A guy we talked about at the top of the show, Ricky Stenhouse, making a move on the 20. Stenhouse has broken into the top 10 by getting by Kyle Busch. So Stenhouse having a really good day right now for JTG. Going to a one-car team for this season. A little further back we find Harrison Burton, who was second in practice. We were just talking about Ricky Stenhouse. Harrison Burton was second fastest in practice yesterday. So Harrison actually having one of the best runs so far this season, running in the 13th position. Big confidence boost for that team. Behind him a little ways, we find our defending champion and the champion before him. Two Hendrick machines. Both these guys not having the best day. Larson in 16th. Elliott in 18th. Another Hendrick driver that has not had a good season at all is William Byron. Byron's team must be wondering when they're going to turn it around, because Byron has had a rough go in the last little while. Now battling with Ryan Blaney. Ahead of them, Larson's still battling with Austin Dillon. He's having a hard time to make that pass. Meanwhile, up the front, Tyler Reddick still having a hard time getting around this lap car, and this is a testament to this car and how close everybody is. The 55 is actually running fairly competitive times with these leaders. But Eric Almirola, he is on a mission right now. Soon enough, he'll be catching more lap traffic. There goes Reddick again, looking underneath the 55. But as we've seen with a lot of racing here, the top side is just the place to be right now. Our highest Hendrick driver, Alex Bowman, he's having a good day versus the rest of his teammates. Bowman right now in the 5th position, running right behind 45 of Kurt Busch. Denny Hamlin, he's also making a charge towards the front of the field. Take a look at some of the fast lap times here. We did talk about William Byron and his struggles. He does have the fastest lap at the moment. just stuck back in traffic and can't do anything with it. Tyler Reddick with the second fastest lap. Eric is only 7th. The lap times are very close together. Meanwhile, at the front, Harvick looking underneath the 8th. Tyler Reddick try to get around him. Reddick slowly working on the 55. Another driver having a good day is Brad Keselowski. Keselowski, he's going to move his way up into the top 10. The race is ever changing. So we've got some guys that are coming, some guys that are going, guys that are moving up through the pack. Finally, Tyler Reddick has got around the 55. Let's see if he can hunt down the 10 of Eric Almirola. Now that he's got some clean air out in front. Lap traffic may play a factor by the time that Tyler Reddick gets there. But this 10 car been pretty fast all day long so far. That time by, Tyler Reddick took another 10th off of Eric Almirola's lead. And we've got a battle against Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick. Harvick with a huge run off the top side. Reddick again takes a little less than 2/10 off of Almirola's lead that lap. Now Harvick works his way underneath the 55. A guy that has been on the move is the 9 of Chase Elliott. He's now gotten around Kyle Larson, and he's gotten around Austin Dillon, and now working on getting around the 99 of Daniel Suarez, looking like he's going to be able to get that done. So the 9 car, he might be going places. Elliott won here in 2020, the year he won his championship. This race is what propelled him to the championship 4. .42 and the 2 battling. Both those guys brand new teams, one a rookie, one not. At the front of the pack, lead is tightening up a little bit between Reddick and Almirola. Reddick has cut 1 whole second off of Almirola's lead. Tyler Reddick, one of the fastest race cars right now on the racetrack. He has caught Alric Almirola. Now, catching him and passing him is two totally different things. Down to less than half a second now. To catch Alric Almirola from over a second and a half back really shows that this 8 car has got some speed. And if these guys get racing, the 4 and the 45 might be able to catch up on them, but ever since Tyler Reddick has gotten up close to Alric Almirola, it's gotten very difficult for him to make up the time like he was. Still sitting right around 4/10 of a second, has been for the last couple laps. That goes back to what I said. Catching him is one thing, but passing him is a totally different one. You can see the distinct two different lines that they run entering the corner and on exit. Tyler Reddick much lower on the racetrack than Almirola, and that time Reddick definitely put the pressure on, as these two guys are right next to each other, just about. Reddick again, he followed Almirola in that time, going to be a little bit too high. That wasn't the line that Reddick wanted to run, and that's going to cost him some time. Almirola doing a good job defending against the 8 of Tyler Reddick right now. Just over halfway here. We will keep an eye on that battle, but we also have a huge battle for right around the 10th position. For 8th and 9th between Keselowski and Bell, and Logano, he has actually fallen off quite a bit over the last little while. And a car that's actually picked up some speed, Martin Truex. Truex, of course, past winner here at Martinsville. He knows how to get around this place. Now working on his teammate Christopher Bell. But Bell putting up a pretty good fight to stay ahead of Truex. Gap at the front of the pack just about stays the same. Goes a little bit one way, then a little bit the other. Almirola. He's going to be making his pit stop. This pit stop will get Almirola to the end of the race. One of the first ones to stop. Has led every lap so far, but now hands the lead off to Tyler Reddick in the 8. But caution on the racetrack, and that's going to hurt the 10. Caution is out. Like some damage on Austin Dillon's machine. And we'll get a replay of what happened to bring caution out here on lap number 51 out of 80. Here we are looking down the straightaway. Looks like a little contact with Harrison Burton. Slows some guys up. And then Suarez up into Austin Dillon. So Suarez with damage. Dillon with damage. Kyle Larson probably with damage. Here's another look at it. Everybody checking out Kyle Larson. He just gets into the back of Suarez. Tried to back out of it, but unfortunately ends up getting to the outside wall. There's the damage to Kyle Larson. He hit Suarez again. Everybody trying to swerve to avoid all this. Back live, looking at the 99. And the guy that caution really hurt was Eric Almirola. Almirola is now being shown 27th position. Caution just came out at a really bad time for the 10. Let's look at the other driver that was involved in that. Austin Dillon, some damage on both sides of that race car. And the third driver that was involved in that, the 5. Not too much damage on Larson's car. Lights are off on the Toyota TRD pace car. Lap down cars will come on the inside. Timing and scoring a little screwed up right now. Leader is actually for Kevin Harvick here as he's coming to the green. Eric Almirola is not your leader, it is the 4. Green flag back in the air. We're racing again in Martinsville. So that caution definitely hurt a lot of drivers. But with the mixed bag of drivers that we've got here, it's going to make for some interesting racing in the next few laps. He goes a 55. He's trying to get his lap back. Some of the biggest winners out of that was the 14 to Chase Briscoe. He was running in the high 20s, and now he's running in 8th position. Amazing how one little thing can flip a race on its head. This is the second race that we've had like that so far this season. Really opens up the door for some of these guys. And Reddick, he was one of those guys we were looking at that was super fast. But now, since those pit stops, pit crew lost him a spot on pit road, and now he's trying to hunt down Kevin Harvick. We've got 20 laps to go. got a lot of pressure from behind. Ryan Blaney, another big winner from that whole thing. Didn't have a lot of speed in that 12 car. Closer you are to the front, faster the car is going to go. Or at least that's the way it seems. And now Brad Keselowski, he's won here in Martinsville before. He's now worked his way up into second. Has had a pretty quiet day, but now he's moved his way up to second place. So the 6 car. Had 4 different leaders today. Brad Keselowski looking to be the 5th. As you can see, he's made it to the back bumper of Kevin Harvick just about. Harvick up the racetrack just a little. Battle for the lead is on. Keselowski versus Harvick. These two guys battling back and forth. We've had a couple races that have come down to the end. Could this be another one? But we saw when Reddick got to the back bumper of Eric Almirola, passing was very difficult. Are we going to see more of the same here as Keselowski's fallen back a little bit off the back bumper of Kevin Harvick's War Machine? We also have another driver that has worked his way into the conversation, Ryan Blaney. He's really started to work his way towards the front. He's now gotten by Tyler Reddick. And the 8 car and team are going to be very disappointed, as they had a really fast race car before that caution came out, and now it seems like they're getting passed every lap by a different driver. The battle is on at the front again. Keselowski riding that slightly higher line, gives a little bit up on entry, but exit seems like it helps the run to the back bumper, the 4, but Harvick able to hold pretty strong here. Keselowski back to the back bumper. Less than 10 laps to go here. Keselowski again to the top side. Some brand new faces at the front. The battle is on. Ooh, Harvick slipped up the track just a little. Allowed Keselowski to close in on entry. Back down the bottom of the racetrack, running 2 distinct lines. Harvick with the better exit. Couple of the Hendrick cars as well. They've worked their way Up to the front, Alex Bowman has been the fastest car on track the last 5 laps. Battles at the front. Keselowski looking to the inside. Not going to be there. Passing so difficult. Not many laps to do it. 4 to go. Team RFK looking for their first win since the rebrand. Obviously Harvick, he's a seasoned vet here, as well as Brad Keselowski, but Harvick been around for a really long time. To get by him is going to be a tall task. 2 laps to go from Martinsville. Alex Bowman had to make a pit stop. Told flat tire on Alex Bowman's car. Saw him racing really hard. He mentioned how fast he was. Going to the final set of corners, Keselowski too far back to do anything with Kevin Harvick. Harvick off of turn number 4. He's going to win at Martinsville. Fantastic race there at the end. Keselowski just not having enough. Harvick will bring it down to the front straightaway and celebrate. Kevin Harvick brings it around to the front straightaway to celebrate. Big win for this 4-car. Stewart Haas Racing gets into the wall a little bit there on his burnout. What a race for Kevin Harvick. Challenged by Brad Keselowski a couple times, but ultimately he's able to bring home the victory and hold off Brad Keselowski. Kevin Harvick's first win of the season. Kevin Harvick, your winner today. Looking through the unofficial results here from Martinsville and the NR2003 simulation season. Great job for Kevin Harvick. Unlucky for Alex Bowman to get that flat tire at the end of the race there that took him out of a top 5 finish. Chase Elliott did quite well to rebound, as well as Ryan Blaney, after having a rough start to their day. Great racing overall all day long here in Martinsville. Keselowski just a little bit short. Kevin Harvick with the win. We saw some great racing from our first short track in the new car. Great race. I mean, these guys know how to get around Martinsville, and the racing got better and better and better as the race went on, as drivers got more comfortable with this race car. But that's going to do it for today's broadcast from Martinsville Speedway. Kevin Harvick, your winner.